So guess what? Joe Biden's White House press secretary, Karine JeanPierre, is no longer a Democrat. USA Today reports Karine JeanPierre has left the Democratic Party to become an independent, she writes in a new book that will be released this fall. In her upcoming book, Independent, a look inside a broken White House outside the party lines, JeanPierre shares, quote, why Americans must step beyond party lines to embrace life as independents. Publisher Hatchet Book Group says in a summary of the book released June 4th. Quote, JeanPierre didn't come to her decision to be an independent lightly. The teaser for the book adds, she takes us through the 3 weeks that led to Biden's abandoning his bid for a second term and the betrayal by the Democratic Party that led to his decision. JeanPierre's Independent is set to be released October 21st. It will add to the growing list of books on the Biden presidency written by White House reporters, including the recently released Original Sin by Jake Tapper of CNN and Alex Thompson of Axios that explores Biden's decline and initial decision to run for president in 2024. Well, I'll say this. The Democratic Party is not necessarily going to miss Karine JeanPierre. I do not know many people who are fond of Karine JeanPierre and her work as White House press secretary. Now, I do not know many people who are fond of White House press secretaries in general, to be fair. It's a very bizarre job in that you are straight up doing propaganda for the US president at all costs, at all times. Your job is to go up there and say, the president has an IQ of 300, he has six-pack abs, he has a glowing smile. All of his policies are literally perfect, and they have no downsides. Let me just tell you that. So, yeah, they're not exactly going to be looked at favorably by most people. Most people kind of see, okay, they just work backward from their conclusions that president good, so they have to find a way to put the square peg in the round hole to say what the president's doing is good. We know that Caroline Leavitt does that very heavily with Trump. So, yeah, she's not exactly anyone's favorite on the left or the right. But with respect to her decision to become an independent, it's like, okay, oh yeah, I'm going to become an independent. You know, it'll allow me to get beyond party lines and look at things objectively. That's not necessarily the case, no. I mean, arguably it's impossible to look at things objectively. You always will have biases which color your views on things, no matter what. Every single person will have those. But do you need to be a registered independent to look at things objectively or more objectively? No. Being an independent doesn't make you look at things more objectively. That's not accurate at all. There are Republicans and there are Democrats who are smart, okay? They understand things. Your party label is exactly that, your party label. There are plenty of Democrats who like certain Republicans better than other Democrats, you know? That's just like the fact of the matter. There are certain people who call themselves Democrats who are pretty darn conservative on a lot of issues. There are some people who call themselves Republicans, not elected officials, but some people say, I'm a Republican. But if you ask them about their thoughts on political issues, they're fairly progressive. And a lot of Democrats would say, you know what, I'll give them a hand for that. That's cool. You know, I'll give them some applause. They have some progressive stances. I just don't know why they're a registered Republican. But Karine JeanPierre seems to be doing some virtue signaling here about her decision to become an independent. Like, oh, this is going to really bolster my credibility and my ability to see things in an objective light. I will understand the world and the White House and all of American politics so much better if I just abandon the party lines. Not necessarily the case. I'm not saying it'll make her worse, but I am saying it's not anything special, really. I'm not a member of either party, but I don't think that being a member of either party necessarily impedes your judgment, impedes your ability to understand American politics and understand, you know, the Trump presidency, the Biden presidency, the Obama presidency, etc. So yeah, so her book's coming out October 21st. JeanPierre, who replaced Jen Psaki as Biden's press secretary, held the position from May 22nd to the end of Biden's term in January 25. She was the first Black woman and first openly LGBTQ plus person to hold the high-profile position. And as Biden's top spokesperson, she played a leading role in defending the former president's fitness after Biden struggled to complete coherent thoughts during a disastrous debate against Trump on June 27th. Biden dropped out of the 2024 election 1 month later amid pressure from top Democrats. Quote, he is as sharp as ever as I have known him to be, JeanPierre said during a July 3rd, 2024 briefing with reporters. Yeah, that did not age so well, pun intended. But yeah, she also said that Biden would not pardon Hunter. He said he wouldn't pardon his son. She said it multiple times. And he did exactly that at the end of the year, you know, after the election when Kamala Harris lost. So she was a propagandist. She's not going to be missed necessarily by the Democrats. I don't really think that. I do give her credit at least that she's not going out and saying why I left the left, you know. She's not having one of those moments. I assume that she's got somewhat left of center policy views at the end of the day, and she still will continue to have them. But yeah, this is kind of meek virtue signaling. Kind of just seems like it's trying to play to a crowd to sort of rehabilitate some credibility. Look, the Biden presidency is done. You know what? You can say a lot of good things about it at the end of the day, a lot. You can say a good number of bad things about it too, in terms of how it may have led to Trump being elected president in 2024. Not the only thing that led to it, but one of the things. So yeah, I just don't think we need to do this whole, oh yeah, let's reinvent ourselves by bashing Biden all the time. We've got a lot to bash in the White House right now. You have to realize that. We've got more to bash right now than arguably we've had since, I don't know, the 1860s with Andrew Johnson, maybe? It's insane. But yeah, let me know what you think about Karine JeanPierres becoming an independent and leaving the Democrats. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is the more the merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.